So right off the bat, I did want to say that this is not free. This usually ends up costing about $12 a year to do this, but I'm looking at it this way, that's $1 a month, and that's $1 a month that I'm spending that will end up saving me so much frustration in trying to get my website out to my students and parents, and makes it a whole lot more accessible for them to view and, well, access. So you probably know this, but right now, anytime you publish your website, anytime you click that publish button, it goes and it updates the site that you have with whatever those changes are, and it puts it on that URL. And what I don't like about Google Sites, especially if you're using it within a school domain, it makes it on a really, really long link that, especially if you teach kindergarten, first graders, or you're trying to communicate this link to parents, saying, hey, go to my link. It's at sites.google.com/view/ this is the best website ever, yo, /home. I mean, I'm being a little bit ironical there, but you get the point. It's just a long, long URL. When students and parents, they're used to typing in www.mrsmith.com, espn.com, yahoo.com, gmail.com. The shorter, the better. So there's a few things you could do. The easiest thing to do, and this is free, is to just take your Google site and put it on what's called a bit.ly or any type of link shortener. I like bit.ly because it lets you customize them, right? So you just go to bit.ly, sign in with Google. You just press create, opens up this box here on the right that I can just paste my Google site. Make sure you copy the published link, not the edited link. And then what's great, right, is I can customize the back half of it. So I could put bit.ly/Mr. Smith's site. I don't know, Mr. Smith site, whatever. But when I press save, as long as if it says that link has been edited, it means that that link was available. So what's great, now I can press copy, and I can send that link, bit.ly/Mr. Smith site. Even you watching this YouTube video, you could go type that in right now if you want. And when I press enter, it takes me to that site. Shortens it, a lot easier to get to. Now, the other thing that you can do, and being honest, this makes your site look a little bit more professional. Sometimes, especially within school districts, link shorteners like bit.ly, they're blocked, so you can't use them. But the other option that you could do is you could actually buy a domain with your name on it. I've used for years, I've owned it for probably 14, 15 years now, mrpearcey.com. It's where I house my class website. Makes it a lot easier to get to rather than having to type in sites.google.com/whatever. They just go to mrpearcey.com, type it in, and it takes them there. Easier to remember, easier to see, and I like it because it makes them type in my name and they're not going to misspell it. But that's a personal pet peeve that I'm working on. But anywho, so here's how you can go ahead and set up what's called a custom domain for your site. So I've got my pretend site here. And you'll notice up here at the top, right, next to that publish button, there's a little button right here. It says publish settings. And that little down arrow, that only appears after you publish it once. So I'm going to go to that published settings option. And if you notice, it says, hey, this is the web address. Again, I kind of made that long on purpose to make my point there. But down below it, you'll see it says custom URL. And you can make it easier, like I just talked about, for people to visit your site. And what's cool, right, if I click manage, it's going to say or ask me, hey, could you type in the domain that you own? And then once you type that in, as long as you can prove that you own it, and there's a whole step-by-step process for that, it actually changes your Google site or your classroom site's URL to something that's a lot easier for students to remember, makes you look like a whole lot different level of teacher, professional, etc. So again, if you've never done it before, I can't walk you through the entire process. One, because I don't want to spend $10 or $12 just to make this YouTube video. But I usually, the site I usually use is Google Domains. That's domains.google.com. One of the first options you'll see when you go there, it says get a new domain. And literally all you have to do is type in the address you're looking for, maybe mrpearcysite.com, press enter. It'll let you know, hey, is that one available? And then down the bottom, right down the bottom, it'll show you, hey, if you want to buy that, here's how much it'll cost, right? And of course, it always gives you suggested ones if it's not, I don't know, Mr. Potter's site. I don't know, just do a search for that. Tells me, hey, if I want to buy that one, it's $12 a year. Just click it, and then it walks you through the process that you'll need to do if you want to purchase it. Now, again, if this is a thing that you want to do, this is not free. However, I do recommend doing this. Just it's something that has saved me so much frustration over the year. I don't have to type that long URL on the board. It looks a whole lot classier in an email to put mrpearcy.com or donniepearcy.com or whatever your first name last name is .com or .net. And it really shows your students that you just took some time to put this together for them. It's not necessarily something that your district is mandating you to do. It's like, hey, I created this site for you. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there as one option that you could do for your site. Hope you enjoy it. Have fun. Subscribe.